Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and every single thing in between. I'm your host, Sybil Amuti.
And I'm excited as usual to bring to you this week's episode. So every Friday, we've been hosting what's been a little bit of Friday goodness called What's Next on our Instagram channel at The Great Girlfriends. If you're not following us, you certainly should be, because we are dropping some amazing insights and perspective to help you really shape your vision for this season and beyond. This week's feature is Michele Thornton Ghee with What's Next? Channel Your Vision. So jump right into this week's episode, and after you do, head over to iTunes and leave us an amazing review. That's how other great girlfriends know the quality of the content that we provide each week. Enjoy!
Great girlfriends, say hello and happy Friday to Michele. Michele is such a great big sister. I'm so excited to have her here. Y'all don't know.
Yeah.
She's about to drop so much wisdom.
It's a Friday.
Session.
Right. Can you hear me good, or should I put in my earbuds?
I was going to ask you, are you whispering?
Oh, can you hear me? Should I put in my earbuds?
Okay, no, you're better. You're better.
I am? Okay. I want to make sure you can hear me, because I can put in my headphones if it's,
No, you look amazing. Michele, before we get started, I do need to ask you 3 key questions. These are very important.
Yes.
Essential questions. You ready for number 1?
Yes.
You run out of toilet paper. Which great girlfriend do you call?
Let me tell you something. How about they calling me? I'm the great girlfriend, because I got toilet paper in my guest room, and I've been doling it out on the real, Sybil.
Oh, my gosh.
Yo, for real. I got y'all need some toilet paper? Because I had stocked up before. We crazy around here, but we got soft 2-ply toilet paper, okay? But if I run out, I'm going to call Coco, because Coco only live about 8 minutes away. Coco got me.
So Coco can drop in real quick fast and get you a roll, so you don't have to sit on the toilet long. Okay, that's good. Shout out to Coco. Everybody needs a Coco in their corner.
That's right.
All right, number 2, what song has been playing over and over on your pandemic playlist?
Oh, let me tell you something, and I'm going to do this in my keynote tomorrow, because we go through life and we look at everybody, especially when we have downtime. They terrible, change them. They terrible, change them. But guess what? Guess when my life changed, Sybil? When I asked God to change me. Mm-hmm. And so Tamla Man, Change Me is in my playlist. I play it in the morning. I play it at night, and God has changed me, and I'm walking in his favor right now, for real.
I love that. I knew you was going to go to church. You ain't going to play no E40 just to shout out.
Okay, and then when people make me mad, I'm going to blow the whistle on them. Too short, okay? Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. You know I'm from Oakland. Come on, let me type in the comments. I'm from Oakland.
She's from Oakland, y'all. So at any given moment, she's
ready.
Given,
okay? Tie the hair down, put the Vaseline on, take the lashes off. Y'all know. Y'all know. Look, Sybil.
Wait, turn your camera. Let me see if she got on it. Oakland. Oh, she don't play, y'all. She didn't come to play.
That's right.
You better know. Last question. First trip you're taking when you're free, and who you going with?
I'm definitely going with my family, because we're not going to Martha's Vineyard. We're not going to Phoenix. We're not going to some places we planned. So my family and I, we're going to go someplace. We're going to go someplace pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to go someplace cool. We're going to make sure that
trip.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that plane is COVID free.
She's like, we're booking a flight. I'm not telling you where, so don't none of y'all try to get on my same flight.
Man, I don't even know. I'm gonna let the spirit move me. I don't even like to we just be like, boop, let's go here.
Go. I know. We gonna get free. But meanwhile, there's been so much going on. And Michele, you started a whole new series. And I was like, wait, did she really just get all new walls and start a whole new series and teach us all how to get our strategy together during these tough seasons? It is so timely. I mean, actually, anytime you do it is on time, but right now specifically, people are feeling corked. Like they don't have the way to get the vision out. They're confused on how to start or even get a rhythm going, because people are looking at the timeline and trying to figure out, when does this end? How long is this going to go? What's this going to mean? So I brought you on today to talk about channeling the vision, because I've been watching your sessions on IG. And you have
Thanks, sis.
given point by point direction on how to just have some clarity and get some movement going in this time. So talk a little bit about channeling the vision, Michele.
Yeah, you know what? The first thing, and I talked about this in series 1, we got to let all the anger go. Like, we can't be mad that we're sick or unemployed or someone did us this, because when you have time, all kind of, the devil's a liar. He will invade your spirit, and then you just start thinking about crazy stuff. So that's the first thing. And the second part of that is forgive yourself. Like, wherever you are, you have an opportunity to be someplace else and use this time in order to do that. So that's step 2. You got to clear time, because I've been so busy now because I'm trying to post, I'm trying to read, I'm trying to do this. I had to get the equipment to look like this. Let me change my lighting, right? So I ramped up really quickly. The other thing is, don't falter, right? Coco and I, we joke. So Coco sent me the information about, oh, Michele, look at this lighting ring. Look at this. I know you're taping. Look at that. Get this equipment. And then I bought mine, and hers is in her bin on Amazon. I said, girl, you better pull the trigger. You taught me.
Yes.
So we cannot falter. Make a decision. Be in alignment with who you are. Don't just stay busy. Be relative busy, right? Like, be busy as it relates to who you are. For instance, like, you're the great girlfriends. I love you created the bond. I'm going to become a member of that right now that it's on my radar, because it's in alignment with what you're trying to bring women together. You're trying to aggregate our power, our voice, so that we can live better lives. So you got to make sure, just don't start anything and do anything and post anything. The last thing I want to say is, listen, in this time, when employers have a lot of time, they're looking at your social media as your resume. So when they're considering you for opportunities, they're going to look to see what you've been talking about, what you're doing, what your brand stands for, and, who your damn friends are. Yes. So you have to also remember, don't just be foolish now. Like, we got to stay on point and align with what we want to do and what we want to say.
I love that. I'm going to go back to number 1, because, that whole forgiveness situation will block you up in like, it'll stop you in the middle of a highway. Seriously, that's the hardest part. And I think the corking sometimes is the anger. And I mean, it could be the anger of being, furloughed, or relationship, or friendship, mama, daddy, whatever it is.
All of that.
But it's a lot. It's a lot. And a lot of women are holding a lot in and not creating space for it. I think this is a great time to get a little therapy.
I was going to say, and listen, you turned me on to a great therapist, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Look, I'm not perfect. I need an outlet. You know how many people rely on me and women like you? So look, I need somebody to talk to who's not going to judge me.
That's right.
This is a great time. And I bet you there's some places right now that will offer it free. Yeah. So it's put that on your list. Every woman needs a little therapy. Hello.
All right. So, okay, we're picking up our strategies. Okay, so first is cut the anger. Set yourself up by forgiving. Making space in your heart, because that's a throughway. That's like a funnel.
It is.
Your head and heart can get aligned, and that way the vision can flow. But what if you're in a space where you don't know what your vision is? Everyone has vision, but not everyone knows.
No. Everyone has ideas. Very few people have vision, because vision says that I can get from here to here, and there will be a positive outcome. And some people can't see that far. Okay. So to get a vision takes a lot of work, but it starts with an idea. It starts with a goal. So you put a goal down. I had an amazing session with one of my little sisters the other day, and she's like, Michele, I got 4 kids, and it's this and that I'm doing. And she goes, and then she was about to go on to setting her goals. I was like, wait a minute, you got to get your family under control before you even write. So your first goal is, you got to get a little time for yourself, sis. Mm-hmm. Every child needs to eat at the same time. I don't care how old they are. You set it up on the counter, and then you can go and feed. So if you have the youngest one, everyone has to eat around their schedule, unless it's 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? But then the other 3, my point is that you have to think logically about your system, and you got to set it up for success. So that's the first thing. You got to get your time management under control. Mm-hmm. And that means telling some people, no, I see them calling. I know I'm not going to take their call right now, but I'm going to send them a text. Let's talk tomorrow at 1. Right. So you got to get your time under control. So it's one goal. And once you accomplish that, you know how good you feel? Then you can go on to goal 2 and goal 3. And it is a build up. And then what happens is you get this great idea. Now you know how to treat it.
Yeah.
and grow it. And then that becomes into a vision. And it sounds complicated, but when you start to focus on yourself and create a little time and space, you can write a book in 6 months and then write another one and another one.
Just so you're clear, Michele wrote her book in 6 months. And if I'm not mistaken, you were taking an hour a day, Michele?
Absolutely.
To get your writing done.
Yep. On the bus, on airplanes, when I got home, from 11 to 12 at night. But that time used to be to surf the internet and like these websites I love. It's like my dirty little, I'm like, oh, what is going on? What happened?
Real quick.
I took it back. I took it back from all of them.
We all have that. Y'all, we know, great girlfriends, you can go sit in the throne room for a good 20 minutes and catch yourself surfing real quick.
What? But you could have written half a book. You know what I'm saying? You could have built half a business plan. And then what happens is once that's done, you got plenty of time to surf whatever you want to, because now you're making money and you have multiple streams of income and you have a brand. And now you actually, guess what? Oh, people are looking up your name.
Looking up your name, trying to get what you want to know, what you have to say. They want to know about your vision. Because you do have, and you said something earlier, and I'm not letting you get past that. You said you have to know how to treat an idea. And
with respect.
I think about that, and I don't ever want to be, 85, looking fabulous. Let's be clear. But let's be clear.
Yes.
Looking fab, but full of regret because I didn't take the time to treat my ideas well, to nurture them, to massage them, to spend time with them, to invest in them. You said that, and it makes me think about, we all have a person in our family or someone we know that says, I wish I had.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I want to say two things about that. The first thing is I have a good friend named L'Oreal, right? Mm-hmm. And L'Oreal is a think tank. Like she'll call me, yo, Michele, we should do this. And she's like a tech, she's in the music, like just dope. You know L'Oreal, so dope, right? Brilliant. I'm like, L'Oreal, if you don't download this day one journal, and I want you to write down every idea. Yeah. And what we're going to do in 2 weeks is we're going to look at all the ideas and we'll say that ain't happening because there's not enough legs, arms, we don't know anybody. So like if you're an idea person and you love to like every day, write them down. I used my day one journal. It is amazing. And then I was like, that's not going to happen. That's so crazy. Oh, Oprah would have to call me to make that happen. I know Oprah calls you, but she don't call me. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So then you can say, and then you don't feel bad about it, but you've captured some good. Right. And then you build on that.
Right.
The second thing I want to say.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, thank you. The second thing I want to say is, and I say this when some of my speaking things, is that I heard this story about this woman. She had done all these amazing things, and she makes it to heaven, and she just starts crying. She's like, oh my God, those are all my gifts. I've worked so hard. I've given so much. And God goes, those were your gifts. You never opened them. Girl. You never opened them. Someone give them to someone else. Come on now, let's preach up in here today.
That ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna be me. Like,
that ain't gonna be me.
That's not gonna be you.
Right. Right. That's the point.
Not knowing how to treat an idea is so valid. And then sometimes I'm very sensitive to this, and I know you are. Like even when last time we had lunch, and I was telling you my idea because I know I can trust you to not abandon it. You weren't going to destroy it. You weren't going to compete with it. You were going to fertilize it. How important is it to share it with certain people, to be discerning around how you share? Oh, L'Oreal just joined the room. L'Oreal.
What? Oh, you missed your shout out, L'Oreal. I gave you a big one, sis. Oh, my. You know what? It's so important because this is what happens. We have people in our lives that actually don't have bad intentions. They're not bad people. But what happens, they really want your friendship in the way they want it. Right. Not in a bad way, right? So I might say, listen, I have this great job opportunity. I might have to relocate. And in there, they're whispering, yo, that's my friend. I don't want her to leave. Now they've put negative energy. They've prayed against me unintentionally. Yeah. So you have to really be careful about who you share your vision with, your dreams with, your joys. Yes, you need to have a circle, but you got to pray on that and have the spirit of discernment or ask for so you can know who to share that with. Like that's Real talk. I have a good friend that I stole from Coco. So his name is Amari. And I talk to Amari almost every day because I trust him with my ideas because he's a big vision person.
Yeah.
So we get on the phone in the morning, we talk about this, we share ideas, we share things. And it's a blessing that she connected us because we have so much in common and what we're able to build. So, like it doesn't have to be an old friend. It could be someone new that you feel that was introduced. But the bottom line is you have to, just like a business, you got to look at it as like, yo, I can't share that with them. I love them, but they're not going to be responsible with that. They're not going to fertilize that. I love that terminology.
Yeah. No, it's real. I realize that my vision is my wealth. I'm like, that's my wealth. That's my generational wealth. That's my legacy. And I want to hand that off, or I want to share it with people that I know will invest in it, who believe in it. And listen, I like challenges. So a little negativity, a little know-how, that's good for me too, because that kicks me in my career. But at the same time, I don't need to invite people into the war room too early. And I think
that's correct.
It's important, like, to really get it in your system first. Be sold out before you start to take it forward. Like with you and Strategic, you are completely sold out on who you are, on why being strategic is so important, and how evident it needs to be for every woman. By the time somebody tried to hate on you, it's too late. You had already become so convicted.
Yeah.
Like, nah, son, this is it. This is it.
Yeah. And the other thing about that is if we really analyze why we're sharing, it's because we're not convinced it's good.
Yes.
We're not sharing it because we want confirmation from somebody.
Say yes. Tell me it's good. Tell me it's
right.
valid. Yeah.
And if they don't, then we sometimes let it. And God is like, that's on you to let them in and invade your, you know what I mean? Because this is what's the worst thing can happen. If you run with something and it doesn't work, alter it, shift it, change it. Do it again.
That's
we
beta.
all fail. That's it. Like, I don't know. I don't even know you to care what you think. Get out of here. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that is so good. So tell me this part, because like you said, with kids, I want to talk about mothers who are feeling jammed right now. You did mention having self-care and prioritizing your time, etc.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel like having kids stunts your ability to start something fresh and new and like channel vision. I felt like I became quite free with my kids. My kids actually opened me up. They expanded my vision. What do you think about that?
Well, listen, time is real, right? And how you allocate it is important.
Yeah.
And I believe that having kids and a family actually made me better and a better executive because now I'm more organized. So I look at it from the positive. I was like, oh man, I got to do this. So I schedule my day out now the night before because I know I have other responsibilities. When I was single, I would just wake up and be like, yo, what am I wearing? But now everything is planned. So it actually, to me, is a benefit because I now have to organize the day before. And, I have a great partner. So Tony, he helps me. He's helping me. He's a planner. So it all works together.
Yeah. What about money and vision?
So
people think you need a whole bunch of money, but everybody I know started with a quarter and an idea.
It's not how much you have, it's what you do with it. Right.
Right.
So even let's say if you're debt laden, okay, that's like not a great situation to be in because it's really hard to move and leave and adjust if you have this, this responsibility and this burden on your back from financial responsibilities. But listen, so debt aside, let's not carry a lot of that, right? And Lynn Richardson I'm on this prayer call every day. Ellen K. Clark. Yo, I don't even want to tell everybody because I don't want you blogging up the phone lines because I need to be able to get in because my life has been so blessed because of this system. Yo, what? Anyway, right? So, but yeah, so let's put that aside. I wasn't in this place that I was like financially but I could write a book because it cost me $2,800. I don't know, whatever it cost me because I self-published. You don't need a lot of money. It depends on what your priorities are, right?
Right.
You want the handbag, you want them nice shoes, you want to look a certain way, your hair is done weak. You got to make sacrifices if you want to live a certain way. And once you get there, you're going to be all good. So money is never an excuse not to create your dream, not to pursue it, not to go ask somebody to seed into you if you don't have it. We all know somebody who believes in us.
Yeah.
Who will seed into us if we really show them responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. And we got to learn how to ask. Learn how to ask.
What? Oh, I'll ask. Yo, I
Not
didn't
you,
know
not
so
you.
much. Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know so much. It's like, yo, is that your middle name?
No,
No.
not you. You good. You good on asking. But some
Yes,
of the other
ma'am.
great girlfriends need to learn how to ask and be willing to accept help. Help is a good thing,
Yeah,
right?
pride comes before the fall, sis.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
anybody can hear that, like they didn't mention that in the Bible for a I mean, it's for a reason. It's like you can't walk around with so much pride that you're not willing to extend and get help and help others and not tell anybody you did. We give and we get because we want to do that, not because we want recognition from it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so valuable. I'm going to tell you along this great girlfriend journey, what I found, what one of my biggest rewards was seeing all of the help that came along the way. It blew my mind to think that people would help me with my vision with not wanting nothing in return except to see the vision manifest.
Yeah.
Like that's insane to me. I didn't believe that at first. I was a person who knew, I came from parents who did everything by themselves with their own two hands. That
Right.
system doesn't work for me, and I was failing at it. But I
Wow.
didn't know how to ask for help. And I mean, God really nudged me and was like, "Who you think you are?
I
Like,
love that.
you gotta ask for." And when I started to ask for help, when people started to volunteer to say, "How can I support?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness." People really want to support vision when they believe that it's real, and when they see the possibility in it, they will back you up. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I've had volunteers for Great Girlfriends for years that just want to see the vision fly. They're not trying to. There is no bad motive. It's just literally their heart for the vision, and I'm like, this is freaking dope. And now I've become insanely passionate about telling people, just start with your vision. Start there and keep selling it and soar and go on every lamppost and manifest the vision. But don't be so caught up in the process.
Yeah.
The process will destroy you. Thinking you got one way.
Yeah, you got to be able to ebb and flow. The other thing is like,
You
listen,
told me that.
I did.
Yes,
okay, I like that. That was I drinking? Was I drinking?
Michele,
Was I drinking?
I'm planning to have a talk show, and this is how it's going to work. And this is the way you were like, yeah, but just be open to different processes. Don't be so stuck on the one way. And I was like, okay. And I went home and slapped myself.
I love that. That's right, girl. Because you don't know what God, a lot of times we ask for what we want and then we block out what was for us.
Right.
The other thing I want to say is I love that you brought up something really valuable. So when corporate America just wanted to treat me like I was invisible after I had performed and compromised, the reason that I was able to move is because I actually volunteered with organizations that I got a different set of skills. Right? I was able to write on my resume. I had the skill set because I volunteered and I gave back. And at the time, I didn't even have the vision to know that's what I was doing, but God placed in my spirit to give. And so all the people that are volunteering for you, they need to say, I was a producer. Oh, I was I was a relationship expert. Yes. Oh, me who me? Oh, I'm a financial guru. Whatever their skill set, whatever they did, they could have been running errands, getting coffee. Oh, I am a organizational master around time.
Right. That's right.
Y'all better be writing this down. Yo, I charge people for this copy. Come on now. Come on,
yes.
People. Come on, let's go.
Put it on your resume. I'm telling you. and go ahead and drop it on your LinkedIn, because guess what? It makes everyone look good. It makes the org look, it makes the structure look good. It gives you more power. Absolutely. That's supposed to be the benefit of it.
Come on, sis.
So I have a question that came from the community.
Yes.
This great girlfriend is from California, actually. I don't know what part. She might be from your neck of the woods. But
anywhere in California, we good.
That's your fam. That's fam. Okay, so hey, cousin from Cali. Cousin from Cali said, she said, I'd love to be a person to channel vision, but I don't feel like I'm in league with the right women. It seems like I'm being left behind. What do you say to a woman who wants to be in league with extraordinary women?
So I would if I can't see this person, but you know what I'm going to say, right? Because you got to look at yourself and say, are you an extraordinary woman that's going to attract those type of women towards you? And
you the baddest, right?
I'm the
baddest. You the baddest.
Right. It's not, and that's not a negative thing. It's like sometimes you got to create your elimination list and let people go. Right. Yeah. And pray on that. And it's not like texting like you eliminated. It's like you just don't take their calls as much because they're not going in the same direction. My father, the gift he gave me when he died, like literally when he passed away, he said, baby girl, where you have an opportunity to go. Everyone can't go with you. Everyone cannot go with you. And when I made that decision, you saw some people fall off. And then I surrounded myself and I prayed on it that women showed up, like not like I was, like I wanted to be.
Yes.
Like I wanted to be. And I dressed for 2 jobs before. And I read books that were going to put me 2 places before. I never sit in the moment. I'm always, and my friends will tell you, I'm always on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I'll put my lashes on today because it's important to show up the way that you want to be seen, the way that you want to give for your next opportunity. So, sis, you got to look in the mirror and just say, why am I attracting where I am today and not where I want to be?
That's so good. And being willing to trim the fat, like you said, and stuff that is not necessary, the non-essential.
And it's not mean. It's not mean. It's like God has bigger plans for me. And as soon as you believe it and own it, you're going to attract people that believe it in you.
That's real. That's real. All right. We got another one. You got any family in Texas? We got somebody from Texas.
You know what? I don't, but I love me some Texas.
Cousin from Texas here. Cousin from Texas sent a question about channeling vision. She said, oftentimes I find myself following and not leading. How do I learn how to step up to lead my own vision?
Okay. I love this. I love this question. And let me tell you why I love it.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're self-employed or not, but I'm just going to say this as if they're employed in corporate America, because a lot of times we are an employee and we forget we're a consumer. But I'm a more valuable consumer because you need me, because women buy more products and services. Black women spend 60 hours a week on their phone. When they find something they like, they share it. So when I show up with information about a core set of people that you need to generate revenue from, people are like, well, I'm sorry, excuse me, Michele speaking. Don't interrupt her about these stats, about this amazing group of people that I just happen to be one of. So my thing is come from a place of knowledge. Research who you are, how you move, what you're doing. If you're a millennial, everyone wants you.
That's right.
Every company in the world is trying to sell products and services to you. So a lot of times we're trying to figure out what we're going to do, and we forget to start with the person that's actually making the decision. And we have so much information already. Come on, where's the mic? Oh my goodness.
No, that's so true. That is so true.
It is. Be knowledgeable. We already have it. We have it. Read a book. Understand who you are. Get the data and research. As soon as you drop 3 numbers, people are going to look at you differently. Say 3 percentages and see if people don't turn their head like, oh, okay. I'll be saying percentages sometimes. They ain't even right. Right. Exactly. It's really important. It's really important.
Yes. That knowledge, that data has to back you up. I think, that's so important. Like, God will give you the idea, right? He'll give you the vision, but you got to get to know why it's true. The metrics of the market will tell you the evidence. It's not that crazy.
I'm going to tell you this. I had a conversation yesterday, and it was life-changing for me. And I don't say that often. So, somebody asked me, if you could change the world, what would you do? I said, you know what I would change? I would change women who've accomplished so much still being invisible. I said, I would change the fact that they bring you into a company and then expect you to act just like them when they actually hired you because you're different. I said, I would change everything about that. I hate that. I like, because they do that to us. And then the person asked me, aren't you they? And I said, excuse me? He said, you're them. He says, why are you saying that he says, because you have the power to change them because you've been invited to the table. So as soon as you start saying why are we doing this? Why are we moving like this? Why are we treating employees like this? Why don't we change the way that our HR works and thinks? Why don't we innovate and create? He says, you have more power. He says, why are you giving it to them?
Come on. Look, somebody said, come on, somebody. That's right, legacy lady. Come on, somebody. That's real talk. That is so true.
It's a shift in how we think. I am an executive. I am powerful. I do have a seat at the table, and you maybe have done that to me, but I can change the system because I know all the tricks, rules of engagement, and I can put pressure on the system. You stop doing that.
Yeah.
And we need to stop doing that to them.
That's right.
I'm telling you, God is good.
Oh, that's a game changer. Shoot, that is a game changer. Look at me over here like... I'm logging off. We got stuff to do, y'all. We got to put some pressure on the system. Pressure on the system. That's what we got to do. No, but that's absolutely right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because we've been victimized. We play the victim when it's like, it happened to me, but I'm actually not the victim. I'm a decision maker. And we need to stop. This is foolishness.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Great girlfriends, you better be out there putting down on paper how you're going to put pressure on the system.
Okay. As one of them. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Michele, you got like a whole sermon series in there. Like, I don't know. It's like, I won't be surprised if in a few years I'm watching you in a pulpit with an organ behind.
I'm gonna have to work on some words that try and come out. Me and my dear, we working on it. It's like, what the did you say?
Oh my God. But no, that is so true. And I love that, Michele, because everywhere you go, and I'm trying to think back, even at a barbecue at your house, I'm just thinking you always putting pressure on the system, even if it's my personal system, if it's a person, it's, whatever the system is, you're always stimulating and challenging things to make it better. Yeah. That's like one of that's one of the key things, even if it's with some comedy, if it's humor, however you do it, you always find a way to penetrate, stimulate the system, and apply pressure.
Well, I accept that. I appreciate that. That's a compliment.
You're doing it all the time, but you just
here's your barbecue chicken, girl. You gotta come on now. You better create that thing. You better do that. You better. This food ain't free.
Plate with lamb chops and be like, but seriously, where's that idea? How you doing?
Right.
No, I mean it is, and I mean I love it. I love it because iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
I think part of channeling vision is definitely being willing to be sharpened.
Yeah.
People don't want to be sharpened. They're like, it hurt. It hurts.
Yeah, right.
Your real people, your greats, they're not gonna have you out here looking sloppy with no raggedy vision. They're not gonna have you out here stuttering over your idea.
Yeah.
All of that. So that's like a protective. That's being your sister's keeper too.
So let's see who's paying attention. The first person who writes strategic in the comments, I'm going to send them a free book, and they can hit me. They can DM me. They can DM me, and I'm going to send them a little care package. I don't see nobody typing.
Strategic in the comments, and you better spell it right.
Okay. I don't see nobody typing. Look, they trying to.
We got one. _Lani, LANI.
Okay. Okay.
There we go. L23DD spelled it right. L'Oreal, you spelled it wrong. Oh,
I said strategic. I'm driving to her as soon as we leave here. Okay, so whoever that was, it was Lonnie, right?
It was L. Let me see. The person that got it right was L23DD.
Okay, so DM me on strategic and send me a mailing address, and I'm gonna send you a couple books.
Okay. There it is. I love it. Last one, Michele. What's your legacy? I can keep you all day, but I know your kids outside the door. They're like, Mama, we haven't.
No, they're actually in school, but I have some other things. But listen, what is my legacy? My legacy is part of my legacy is creating or being the architect for BET Her, right? So that and I want to just put a point on that because I may not get the credit for that, but I know I created that network. I know what my intentions were. My intentions were that Black women needed a place that they could go and see a true reflection of themselves. And once that was built, then I wrote books for women. And now I have this whole platform for women. So I created alignment, and where there's alignment, God will bless you. So part of my legacy is that I had enough vision to create a network for women and then build this conversation around that amazing platform. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And now that someone told me yesterday, those cute little books you wrote and that little, your little tips you give, be part of the system because you've already been invited in. So now I'm we and not them. And so I'm going to continue my legacy and continue to fight for us, fight for our vision, fight that we can get funding, fight that they see us, that we're not invisible when we've done everything that they've asked us to do. And then you still not going to see me? I don't think so. Yeah. Not today.
Yeah.
No, B. No.
I love it. Michele, they're asking for the names of the books because they're going to go buy all the books. So you got to give them all of your
So if I put it in the comments right now,
we're going to have to log off in a second. So go ahead and give them speak the names out.
no, you know what they could do? Tell them to go to Strategic on Instagram, and I'll have a copy of both books on there. But the other thing is, can I ask them to text me at 33777 and put in Strategic?
Yeah.
And what will happen is put in Strategic, and then I'll have their information, and I'm going to give away a free strategy session.
Okay, so that's 33777.
Yep, 33777, and put in the word Strategic. Yep.
All right, there it is. Y'all better get up on this. Let me tell you something. Listen, she in my text thread, so I'm good. But for those of you that don't have text thread access to Michele, you need to get up on. I'm serious, Michele. You're a complete blessing to my whole life, and I love you to the end of the world. And I'm so grateful that we get to have these conversations because I feel like the woman said, I know what she means to not feel like she's in league. I feel blessed to be attached to women that I could shout their names from the rooftops. And I'm not satisfied until I'm there. And for her, you start shouting your name first, right? And then you get around other people whose names you want to shout. And you just watch how it grows. You will find yourself in league with women with whom you can respect, regard, and honor on every level.
And I want to publicly thank you because you were there for me in a time of my life that I needed somebody, and I needed you, and you showed up every day. And let me tell you something, I will not ever forget that. And I love you, and God is going to continue to bless you because your empathy and your spirit, your giving spirit, man. Yo, I love you. For real.
I love you too. Bye.
Great girlfriends, did you enjoy this week's episode of the podcast? If so, would you please give us your amazing review on iTunes? Every single review helps another great girlfriend get plugged into the podcast, into the community. Speaking of community, make sure you join our Facebook group, The Great Girlfriends. You follow us on Instagram at The Great Girlfriends and on Twitter at @the_greatGFS. Last but not least, we'd like to thank my amazing husband, Kwaku, Sam and Dilly, and all of you for being a part of the global community that makes us so strong. Please remember to share with your friends. Keep listening and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil Amuti, and I'm out. Peace.